What's up, y'all? Your girl Sande. I know y'all are probably not accustomed to that intro in the way that I did it. However, there's a reason for that. And the title as well. Rock with me a little bit and you'll understand. And if you guys follow me on my vlog channel, you'll understand it more. Okay? I have tried to record this video 1,000,001 times over the course of the last few months. And every time I start, I have no clue what the fuck to say. And you know how you just have something in your mind, in your spirit, you feel it, you know, and it's deep in your soul, right? And you have no clue what it is exactly. Like, I feel something and I sense something and my spirit feels something and my mind is heavy, right? But you don't know what it is, right? Or you know what it is and you don't want to acknowledge it. Like I said, tried to record this on so many different occasions. Sat down in front of here, made up and shit, you know, if I was shooting another video or whatever, and then something would be in my spirit and I would just say, okay, I'm going to turn on the camera and I'm just going to shoot the shit with y'all. I'm going to just keep it funky because I haven't done that in a while. Haven't been on here and just come to y'all on some like regular shit, on some just straight up real talk off the dome, right? Pardon the demeanor, just got back from the gym. Literally just walked in from the gym. Like I said, rock with me here a little bit, okay? Today, wow, today was heavy. And it was heavy. But not heavy in a bad way. You know how okay. You know, there's times in your life you're gonna find that you may not know what's going on and you may not know what you're feeling, but you feel something. But everybody else does. Everybody else knows what's going on. Everybody else feels whatever it is that you're feeling. The thing with me is I have not been able to acknowledge that feeling. For some reason, I cannot figure it out. I have not been able to articulate what's been in my head and what my spirit is saying. I haven't been able to do it. I know it's there. There's something moving me, you know, on my day-to-day. There's something moving me with the decisions that I make. There's something moving me as of late especially. And you don't know what it is, right? And today I was told what my spirit was telling me. I was told what my spirit was telling me. And when I say I had I just broke down. I don't know how to explain it. It's just, you know, it's almost like, you know, someone put people are placed in your life for reasons. You know, I've always said that if you guys have followed me for a while, you guys know I'm very much an avid believer of, you know, people being in your life for a reason, a season, some for a season, some for long periods of time, some for shorter periods of time, for whatever reason they're there for, whether it's to teach you a lesson. They could be there for a season to show you this isn't what you want to be, or this is not the type of person you need to surround yourself with, or it may make you a stronger person from an emotional perspective, a personal perspective, or whatever the case. And then there's people that are placed in your life because there are similarities, or there's someone that's meant to be in your life to show something to you that you may not have even been able to see yourself. And that moment happened to me today. And it's been something that's been kind of hard to explain. But it was one of those moments where I'm doing something totally unrelated to what we're doing right now, the discussion that I'm having with you guys right now. And that person, which I'm not going to name names, but they know who they are, pulled me aside and just testified. And it was the most amazing. I knew this was going to happen. Came prepared. The most amazing moment in my life. Sounds weird, but it's true. Because everything that they said to me today was everything that was in my head and in my spirit and in my heart that I've not been able to acknowledge, and that I've kept myself from acknowledging. Okay? It was almost like they were in my head walking around. Literally, in my head walking around. I've never, ever had a full-on conversation about whatever the fuck has been in my head, because obviously I have not been able to figure out what it is exactly. I just know that something is driving me to do what I do and pushing me forward to do the things that I do and to take the challenges that I take, and it's moving me, you know, but I couldn't or wouldn't acknowledge exactly what that was, okay? Even though in my heart of hearts I knew kind of what it was. And it took me to get pulled aside and to get told what my spirit was telling me, you know, and what God's been trying to tell me. And it was amazing. I broke down like a damn baby today. Broke down like a baby, you know, and because I realized that that is exactly what I was thinking. You guys know I'm very much a person that strives to be the best person they can be, but I've always been that person that has taken their own path to do so, against what everybody else has said. That includes my parents, friends, some family members, because it's what my spirit has driven me to do, and it's what I know to do, and it's where I feel most comfortable, you know? And it's never to be defiant in a negative way. It's never to be defiant in a way where it would be detrimental to someone else. It's never in a negative way. It's always been just what my spirit, or what me, myself, God has made me capable of doing, or made me do, you know? And with all of that has been met with all kinds of obstacles and all different shapes and sizes and all different forms, whether it's people. And it doesn't necessarily have to be friends. It doesn't necessarily have to be enemies. It could be family members. It could be whatever the case. It could be anything or anyone who tries to stand in your way of being that person, you know. And I've always said, live outside the box, you know. Always said. That's always been my motto. That's always how I've lived my life. I've always been that person that's been a fish out of water, you know. That person that's misunderstood, you know, because people have an idea of how someone successful should be, or to achieve a certain level of success, or to achieve something, or to attain a certain goal, that you have to be and act a certain way and follow these guidelines and these rules. And if you don't follow these rules and these guidelines, and if you don't act like this type of person, you can't get there. And I've never, ever abided by those things. Ever. Ever. You know, and, you know, in the process of all of that, you know, I've had to let people go. I've had to let friends go. I've had to let, you know, not necessarily family members go, but I've had to kind of put aside those individuals and say, you know what, your path is not my path. You know, you live your life the way you want to live your life, and I'm going to live mine the way I live mine. And, you know, I've always, you know, had that constant, I guess, that constant struggle with people in that regard. Backlash, whatever the case. Naysayers, whatever the case. And you guys always know I'm very much that person that is always very, very much about making sure that the people that you surround yourself with are the people that are going to be ride or die with you. You know, the people that are going to support you no matter what. Now, if you're doing something negative or whatever the case, that's a different situation. But the people that are going to be your biggest supporters, that will be there through thick and thin with you, you know? And, you know, in my life, I've had to let a lot of people go that I've realized very quickly were not in my corner. They may act as if they're in my corner. They're going to try to play like they're in my corner for whatever reason, whether they're trying to use me or whatever the case. And I quickly found that, you know, some of those individuals were not in my best interest. Even those that are going to be sitting there supporting you and being like, oh, you're great and this, that, and the third and go girl or whatever the fuck. And next thing you know, you finding out that they're the complete opposite. You know, that's happened so many times. I know a lot of people can relate to that, you know, which is why I so very much say to anyone who's ever had an issue with that in their life, very much so, be prepared that along your path and along your journey and along your way, you're going to let a lot of motherfuckers go. You're going to let people go that just are not in your circle. You're going to have to put them aside, because if there's something that you want to attain, if there's goals you want to achieve, if there's something that you want to do in your life, those people that are there to keep you back and to hold you back and to tell you what you're supposed to be doing, what you're not supposed to be doing in a negative way, you know, holding you back, those people are not there for you. You know, regardless of how masked their reasons are for saying those things to you. And some people may have your best interest at heart truly, but they don't understand your path and they don't understand your struggle and they don't understand who you are because they aren't you. And it may not mean that you fall out with them, but it might mean, hey, I appreciate what you have to tell me. I appreciate what you have to offer me. But this is just not my path. And that's not the path I'm choosing to take. You know, that conversation I had with him today, and I'm not going to name names, obviously, was probably the most enlightening and most emotional conversations, and I wasn't even speaking. That's what's so crazy. He was speaking to me and was telling me what my spirit has been saying for the longest time, but I've not been able to acknowledge it. And if there's anyone that knows me, I'm a planner. I'm very much that person that knows what they're going to be doing 5 years from now, 10 years from now, 15 years from now. These are my goals. These are the things I plan to do. And this is the first time in my life that I truly do not know, which is so odd for me because I am a planner by default. I'm very much the vision board person. I have a vision board that gets constantly updated. I'm the person that writes down their goals, whether it's on the vision board or just randomly writes them down, or I'm in the car and I pray to God and I'm like, God, whatever it is I'm supposed to be doing, you know, these are the things I would like to accomplish. And as of late, you know, over these last few months, especially this last year, I'd say this last year, I haven't necessarily said to God, I want to do this, I want to do that. There's been no specific thing I've asked of him. It's been whatever it is I'm supposed to do. Show me. Tell me what I'm supposed to do. But just help me to be successful at whatever it is I'm supposed to be doing. If that makes sense. And that's so not like me, because I'm so the person who's like, oh my gosh, these are the things that I want to do. This is what I want to do. I want to have this thing here. I want to have this goal there. I want to, you know. And lately I've let that go. And not in a bad way. I'm just letting go and letting God. And I say that all the time, but I really am. And it's odd. And it's strange. But it's amazing. Because I really truly don't know what's going to happen from here. But I know that I'm the most comfortable that I've ever been and the most content I've ever been with my journey in my life at this point right now. And when he spoke to me today, which God spoke through him, he reassured me that that's the journey I'm supposed to be on. The journey of the unknown. That sounds so odd to me, y'all. You have no idea how odd that is, because the unknown is so weird to me. I hate the unknown. Normally, right? Because I'm a planner. And I know I like to have my shit planned. I like to know what I'm going to do. What's my next move? When's the next thing? What am I going to do? I like knowing that. I need to know that. It's what fuels me. But this last year, I've just let him take over everything. And not that I never did before, because I have a very close relationship with God. I don't talk about that a lot, but I do. I talk to God a lot. But this is the first time in a long time that I've just said, guide me. No end result, no goal, just show me what I'm supposed to do. That's it. Guide whatever it is I'm doing. And when I got spoke to today, it was like everything that was coming out of their mouth was everything that was sitting on my spirit that I would not admit was sitting on my spirit. And it was amazing. It was a good thing. It's nothing bad. I don't want you guys to think, oh shit, Sandy just having an emotional breakdown. No, it's good. It's all good. It's coming to terms with something that I had not acknowledged and that I couldn't acknowledge because I didn't know what it was. And when he spoke to me today, I said, I listened. I just sat there and I listened and I let it happen. I let whatever it was come over me. And another young lady, who she knows who she is as well, was there as well. And she started speaking to me. And they're not strangers, by the way. And it was just amazing. I have never cried. It's been so long since I've cried that hard. And it was an amazing feeling to cry that hard. And it was because the things that I felt in my spirit and the way that I feel like God is guiding me and all the things that I had question marks about in me, within me, and in my head, I feel like were answered in that short period of time. And also reassured and reaffirmed that what I've been doing all along, which is to just let go and let God. And let him guide me in the decisions that I make, and let him guide me in my journey to whatever it is it's going to be at this point. Because y'all know, like I said, I'm a planner. I've never let go like that. I've never just let go. Ever. Ever. That being said, I hope it makes sense what I'm saying, because I'm sitting here just rambling. I turned the camera on as soon as I got back from the gym. Guys, if any of you guys are struggling with anything in your life that you're not sure of, you know, if you feel a journey and a path in your spirit, and it's something that you know you're supposed to do, regardless of what's happening around you and what people are telling you, and naysayers and the people that are telling you don't do this and don't do that, fuck them. Don't let those people, those forces, the obstacles get in the way of what your end result is, your goal is, your journey is supposed to be. Never allow that to take place. You'll end up miserable. And you don't want to be following anyone else's journey, okay? You're your own individual, and you're meant to be great. And let God guide you. Let God take you on whatever journey that's supposed to be. Believe me, it's a strange feeling, but it's an amazing feeling, especially for someone, if you're like me, It's an amazing feeling. And it took that big ass cry today for me to realize what I had in my heart. And yeah. Thank you. You know who you are. And to my girls, thank you. Yeah. That's it, y'all. Love y'all.